Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about super keyword and how we can use the super keyword in Java. So in previous session, we already discussed about this keyword and the final keyword. So if you are not aware about those keywords detail, then I will suggest you to watch those video first, as well as before starting with this session, you should have a basic knowledge about the Java and the OOPS concept. So we have already covered all those topics in our previous video. So I'm providing that link here in the description. So you should definitely check that out. So let's start with the super keyword. So in Java, the super keyword is used to refer to the superclass or the parent class of an object. So let's discuss this how we can use the superclass in the methods, constructor and for the variables. So let's understand that. So for that I have created these three classes named as C, D and E. So in C class, I have created the one variable named as int I is equal to 10, as well as I created one method named as public void sum, which is taking the two arguments named as A and B, and just we are printing the statement this is a parent class sum. Okay, then in the D class, which is the child class of the class C, and C is the super class or the parent class of the class D. So here we are creating one global variable named as int I is equal to 50. Why it is global variable? Because this is not under any methods and we can access this variable throughout this class. That's why it is called as the global variable, and we set the value as the 50. Then we are override the method name as the sum. We are passing the two arguments A and B. Just the printing statement I have changed. Here I have written child sum class. Then I have created one more method name as the public void testing. Here I have created one variable with the same name I, and the value here is the 1000. So this is the local variable. This we can access inside this method only, and here I'm printing this variable name as the I. Okay, and we have created one more class which is named as the E class, where I have written this main method. So this is for the execution we have created this class. So let's start to understand what is the use of the super keyword. So for that, what we are going to do, we will first execute this testing method. So we have already created the E class and main method. Here I have created the object for the class T. So how to create the object? Class name, object name is equal to new class name. So we discussed all this basic thing in the previous video, so you can refer that. So let's this object dot call the method name as the testing. So what we are expecting here, we have called, we are printing the I variable. So this I, it should print the value as 1000 because this is the local variable, right? So it will access the local variable first. If there is a no local variable, then it will check the global variable. But currently we have the local variable. So local variable will get the more priority than the global variable. So let's execute this first. We are expecting the value as 1000 and we get the value as 1000. That means it is executing properly. Suppose if I want to execute or access the global variable, in that case we already discussed about the this keyword. So whenever you want to access the global variable, you need to use the keyword name as this. So here I'm writing this dot I. So using this keyword, I can access the global variable. So let's execute this main method. Here we are getting the output as the 50. So basically we are accessing the global variable which is having the value as the 50. Suppose, as we have discussed, we have the parent class and this is the subclass. That means C is the superclass and the D is the subclass. Suppose I want to access the variable from the super class. How can I access that? So for that we will use the keyword name as the super. So instead of this keyword, I'm writing the keyword name as the super. So let's save this and execute this one. We got the output as the 10. So this is the output. We are getting the value from the super class. So what is the use of the super class in case of the variable? I will write down here. When you want to access the global variable, you can use this keyword. And when you want to access the superclass variable, you can use the variable name as the super. So super is to access the field variable from the superclass when they are hidden by fields in the subclasses. So this is the first use of the super keyword. Let's discuss how we can use the super keyword in case of the methods. So as we have discussed, we have created the two methods. Here one method named as the sum, and we have override the same method in the child class. So currently I'm removing this. As you have know, if I want to access this method, then I can use like this dot sum. Suppose if I want to access any other method from the same class, I can use the keyword name as the this. So let's execute this. We are getting the child sum class. So this keyword we have already discussed. Suppose I want to access this method now, this parent class sum method. In that case, I can use the super keyword here instead of the this keyword. So super dot sum, any argument you can pass. Currently we are not doing any addition. This is just for the demo purpose. I have mentioned the argument. We are just printing the statement just to understand which method exactly we are accessing, a parent sum class method or the child sum class. So when you write the super keyword, it should access this parent sum class method. So let's see that. Let me save this and execute this one. Now, when we are using the super keyword, it is accessing the parent class sum method. So the super keyword is used to call a method from the superclass that have been overridden in the subclass. This ensures that the subclass can still access the functionality of the superclass. So this is the use of the super keyword in case of the method. So in case of methods, we can call parent parent class method in case of overridden. So this is the overridden method. So in that case, we can call the parent class methods. Let's see one more example how we can use the super keyword in case of the constructor. So for that, what I'm doing, I'm creating the two constructor in the parent and the child class. So suppose in the parent class, I'm creating constructor public. See, I'm not passing any arguments here. I'm just printing the statement name as parent class constructor, and I'm copying the same, and here in the child class I'm creating the child class constructor, but here I'm passing arguments, suppose name as intc, and this is my child class constructor. Okay, so now what I'm doing, if you see in the E class, Now here it is giving error. Why it is giving error? Because we already created the constructor, so it is accessing or asking the arguments here, one argument. So that's why it is giving error here. So I'm removing this. So you know, right, constructor, for the constructor we don't need to call like as a method. When you created the object, it will automatically calls the constructor. So here I'm passing that argument value. So here int c value, suppose I'm giving as a 2. Okay, and that argument value we are passing here in this constructor. So let's execute this constructor. I'm saving all the classes. Let's execute this. So now you can see it is accessing both the parent class constructor and the child class constructor. As you can see, the child class we have extended from the parent class. So this is accessing the both the parent class as well as the child class constructor. And here in the child class only I'm passing the argument, and in the parent class I'm not passing the argument, so it is able to differentiate between this parent class constructor and the child class constructor. Suppose here also I'm passing one argument name as the intd. Now you can see, now it is showing the error here. It is because implicit super constructor C is a undefined, must explicitly invoke another constructor, because we are passing only one argument. So now it is not able to define like this argument, whatever the value we are passing, it is passed to which constructor, the child class constructor or the parent class constructor. So now we, for that we need to call the super keyword, and whatever the value we are passing is for this child constructor, this constructor, we need to pass the same value to the super constructor as well. So here we are passing the value name as the c. So now you can see whatever the value c value I'm passing here. So c value, it is mapping to this value 2. So whatever the value I'm passing in the child constructor, the same value will get passed to the parent constructor as well. So let's execute this one. So now you can see, now it is executing both the parent class constructor as well as the child class constructor. So using super keyword in case of the constructor, we can call parent class constructor. So super keyword is used to call the constructor of the superclass. If a subclass constructor does not explicitly call, so here we are calling this parent class explicitly. So if a subclass constructor does not explicitly call the superclass constructor, Java automatically insert a call to the no argument constructor of the superclass. However, you can use the superclass to specific the superclass constructor. So we have seen the 3 points where we can use the super keyword. So the first one is for accessing the hidden field. So we took the example of this I keyword. How we can access this I keyword of the superclass. This I is equal to 10. So when the subclass fields hide the superclass fields with the same name, super access the hidden fields. Then we discuss about the method overriding. So superclass allows subclass to invoke method from its superclass even if the method is a overridden. Then the third one is the constructor chaining that we discussed just now. The superclass helps to call the constructor of the superclass, allowing constructor chaining. So these are the three uses that we have discussed, and here I have noted down. So we use for the accessing the hidden element. Then we are used for the method overriding. We can call the parent class method in case of the overriding. And the third one is the constructor chaining, so we can call the parent class constructor explicitly using the super keyword. So the super keyword is essential in the inheritance, allowing subclasses to build upon and interact with the parent classes in a control way. So that's it for the today guys. This video is useful for you, then please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video till the end and have a nice day.